To talk about today from our tropical storm Ferdy, also known as Babinka internationally. We have this monsoonal trough with the potential for several areas of low pressure developing along it, and already this has been bringing heavy rainfall across parts of the Philippines. Schools in and around the NCR have been canceled over the last few days. We're seeing some flooding and definitely backups on roadways here, and there are still more impacts to be had. All the while, we still have residual impacts from Yagi out here in northern Vietnam. Rivers continue to flood there. Dams actually released in parts of China flowing down river from reports we have been seeing. The death toll continuing to rise near 200. But boy, it's the peak of typhoon season, so let's get into it. All right, first off, well, I have a separate update detailing more about what's happening with Ferdy here off towards north. I encourage you to check it out if you are in Okinawa or the southern Japanese islands. But down towards the south, we still have that inflow and the potential of another low even developing along that monsoonal trough, which is really just this broad circulation, not only in the Philippines yet, Palau, even over towards Guam, you're seeing inflow here. This is just absolutely thick with this monsoonal trough here. The heaviest being across parts of Palawan over here towards Mindoro, southern areas of Luzon, even parts of Mindanao, and also windy. Maybe not so wet on the east coast, but places like Siargao have been looking at fairly windy conditions. Back towards the north, Babinka still moving off towards the north and west, passing over the Imami Islands in Japan, and eventually over towards Shanghai. But as I mentioned in the bigger picture, it's all about that inflow wrapping in onto that storm. So let's talk about that river of moisture here. Remember, a river of moisture basically indicating this atmospheric river. It's usually narrow and it creates that heavy layer of rainfall. You can see on this graphic just really this wrapping up and even that potential of another low developing along that in the southern edge of the Tut cell just towards the north, and basically encouraging this monsoon gyre to continue to enhance that monsoonal flow throughout the weekend. This includes areas just north of Cebu, scattered showers across a good portion of the size, and eventually if we do see this develop, which is likely, and even this low back towards the north impacting Guam, I'll have more on that in just a moment. Messy weather in Guam. This is going to cause this all to lift towards the north and maybe pass over northern areas of Luzon. It's a potential, at the very least. The point is a lot of rain in the forecast. A lot of rain. We're talking about additional flooding. Some areas 300 to 500 millimeters, friends, of total precipitation. Look at this graphic right here. Basically extending from Luzon, Bicol region here over towards the rest of Visayas, west coast through the 14th, 15th into the 16th. This whole front, or whole river of moisture, is going to lift off towards the north, increasing showers. And you can even see that here with the rainfall outlook just looking ahead. So these areas in the darker red indicating over 300 millimeters of total precipitation. So definitely enough to cause some serious flooding. And then we look at that potential of a storm developing and pushing across northern Luzon. That's going to pull in that moisture flow, encouraging more showers for parts of like Subic Bay up towards region 1 here. So monsoonal gyre, secondary storm system. Look at that storm there. Even into Guam, you have inflow with the secondary storm that could become a developed system, bringing some windy conditions across Guam with that monsoonal gyre setup and scattered showers there Monday over towards Tuesday. So boy, a lot happening here. That's what I meant. It's a lot going on. This is my chief concern, though. It is these areas just south of Manila, down towards Mindoro, Palawan, just a lot. Even places like Iloilo and parts of Cebu, even all the way over here towards Legazpi, looking at the scattered showers. And then if this does wrap up, which potential, sea surface temperatures are very warm. Right now, I don't see it, but I think we could have a kind of a fat blob of a storm. But regardless, maybe parts of the Cagayan Valley over towards the Sierra Madre Mountains are going to be slammed here with some heavy rainfall as we look ahead into next week. But boy, it's 1, 2, 3 storm systems with the impact here definitely being quite serious, especially when we're talking about that heavy precipitation. So flood waters can rise fast, friends. Keep that in mind. Brings types of diseases. If you find yourself in them, please don't. And sharp objects can float in them. So if you find yourself in a flooded area, I know it's more fun in the Philippines. People like to go play in it. But as I mentioned in the past, that's poop water, guys. Stay out of it. Be safe. Be smart. Waves, definitely rough surf. If you're out here in the Philippine Sea, yeah, Palau, looking at rough surf. Any fishermen out there towards the west, it's going to be a rough go at it over the rest of the weekend. Heading into next week, smooth scattered showers with temperatures into the 30s. At least it's staying relatively cooler. But I wouldn't be surprised if you get some orange or red level rainfall warnings. Keep in mind, too, we're not seeing any signal force warnings here, guys. That's not going to happen with this type of storm. What we are seeing is those rainfall warnings, and they're going to be persistent. We're already seeing advisories. Manila, as I mentioned, schools have been closed, so there's still more. So be smart. Make sure that your neighbors know about what's going on. Same in Guam. We don't have a named storm out there, but there are flood watches in place from the Guam National Weather Service. They're continuing to track this storm, so a lot happening there. I'm going to do my best to keep you posted as well here at Western Pacific Weather, and follow me on my Facebook page at Robert's Better Weather. I try to post stuff there. Big thanks for our Patreon members, though. I can't do these updates without you. It is your funding that allows me to continue to make these fantastic graphics, and I can't stress that enough. Just number one thing is thanks. Be smart, stay safe, and thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to try my best to answer them. Even if you message me, I always try my best to get back to you guys. I know these updates mean something for a few of you, so truly, truly, I'm happy they do help. Stay safe, be smart, and have a good day. Bye.
Do you hate doing your taxes? Do you struggle figuring out what the law is and money management overseas?
I wish there was an easier way.
Well, FrontrunnerFinancial.com is your choice if this falls into your category. They're an international-based group of American accountants. They're based in Manila, and they're qualified to give you the best information where you are for those international finances. I wish I had these guys when I lived in Tokyo. Each year, it was a struggle. Where I needed to put money, what I needed to do. FrontrunnerFinancial.com. Be sure to check them out and let them know we sent them your way.